people suffer from a debilitating condition. Physical symptoms include an increased heart rate, dizziness, difficulty breathing, trembling or shaking, and tightness in the chest, while emotional symptoms include feeling powerless, anxious, intense panic, and fear. It's called atychiphobia, but most people know it as the fear of failure. Success is to go from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Quote by Winston Churchill. And that is exactly my game plan. I will not fear failure, but rather embrace it through my life's journey by using any obstacle that comes my way as a stepping stone to greater heights. Ladies and gentlemen, the question isn't whether life will throw you a curveball. It's just a matter of when. But remember, it's up to you whether you'll grab the bull by the horns or not. In the first place, without challenges, there could be no improvement. That's why I admire the way Churchill phrases it. We all know our major challenge in life is not when we face problems, but to not lose our enthusiasm during failure. Yes, don't ever perceive failure as a stumbling block. Alter your stumbling block into a building block. Let me spell it out for you. Don't fear failure, rather embrace it. John Maxwell, leadership guru, says in his book, "The choice is yours." Failure can define you. It can be your downfall, or it can make you stronger. The choice is yours. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Secondly, I believe failure cannot continue when one is persistent to succeed. But we tend to give up too soon. On the webpage, Flourish Australia, author Stephen McCraney writes in the article, "Persistence during times of failure is key," June 2020. The only guarantee for failure is to stop trying. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize just how close they were to success when they gave up. Failing at something forces us to acknowledge where we have room to improve. Through persistence and tenacity, we are made stronger, more resilient, as we advance one step closer to success. Failure is only a pit stop. Keep in mind that most great people have attained their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, only to become the greatest basketball player of all time. And Walt Disney was fired from a job because he lacked imagination? Can you believe that? Failure is not the opposite of success, ladies and gentlemen. It's a part of it. I'm a strong believer in what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. Recognizing the problem is the best way to embrace failure and allow us to grow. And believe me, if Walt Disney is any indication, it's inevitable that we will face it down the road. But a bend in the road is not the end of the road, unless you fail to make the turn. Failure is often seen as something to be avoided at all costs. It carries a negative connotation, causing fear and disappointment whenever we encounter it. However, a shift in perspective can reveal that failure is not a setback, but a stepping stone towards growth. Embracing failure allows us to learn, adapt, and ultimately grow. To throw in the towel like so many people around us do is never an option. In his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, American educator, author, businessman, and speaker Stephen R. Covey says, "The proactive approach to failure is to acknowledge it instantly, correct, and learn from it. This literally turns failure into success. Success, says IBM founder T.J. Watson, is on the far side of failure. The acknowledgement of failure is what truly drives success. Not correcting your mistakes, but rather to learn from them. By acknowledging our shortcomings that lead us to failure, we become conscious of areas of weakness. It's the clearest manifestation of our own proactivity and the essence of our growth. We become aware of areas of weakness, areas for improvement, areas of talent that could be better developed, and areas that could be eliminated. Like that extra box of cookies you slide into the shopping cart every time you go for the weekly groceries. As Winston said, never lose your enthusiasm. Any effort you make, no matter how insignificant it seems right now, will bring you one step along the path that leads to success. In conclusion, use fear to focus, but don't let fear become your focus. Fear is a powerful sensation, and it can be your greatest asset or your biggest setback. Some of the world's most brilliant minds have not just tolerated failure, but encouraged it. Learn to embrace failure. Don't fear it. Trust me, I've experienced it firsthand. Failures don't need to be your downfall, and if it is a stumbling block, make sure you use it as a stepping stone. By not losing your enthusiasm, then you will be able to not fear failure, but rather embrace it.